I'm looking for a man that's honest, a loving man, a man that's able to express himself, that's not afraid to love a woman, show a woman that he cares about her, like go on dates, hug me, kiss me in public, stuff like that. Like I just want a man that's romantic because I'm a very emotional woman and I'm a very loving woman. So if you're not honest and you're not, ready to actually love and go through the ups and downs and be there mentally and emotionally, then yeah, I don't want
Okay.
you.
What are your deal breakers?
um, Someone that's not passionate, um, a liar, and what else? That's really it. Sorry, Kendra, I'm nervous. I watch your show all the time. Sorry.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
At this point, I honestly don't even care. As long as you're attracted to me, I don't care. You could be white, Asian, black. It doesn't matter.
Okay, just tell me
Honestly,
you've been here before, have you?
no. This is my first time.
It's her first time, cousin.
Yeah.
She's first time. Okay, you say you're open to all races.
Yes.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
mm, I guess 75K. I don't know, Kendra. Honestly, it's not really about the money to me because I'm gonna work every day and provide for my kids. So the money isn't really a big deal for me. Look, sorry. The most important thing to me is the love and the respect. Honestly.
Okay. And okay, let's do the Kendra cam.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Okay, look, you're in good shape. Okay, I
Thank
see you, mama.
you. I'm
So we,
so. I can't believe you picked me. But go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, girl. All right, so we got Taylor, Texas, 29, Aries. Do you want more kids?
Yes, but it has to be a serious commitment before I do that.
Okay, seriously, before you do that. All right, Taylor. Um, when was your last relationship?
Mm, okay, Kendra, don't get mad, okay? So, me and my kid's father is complicated. We still live together, but we're not together. So that's the big yeah.
I gotta start calling my ladies out. I gotta start calling my ladies out. Let me tell you why. And I say this with love. I say this with love to my sisters, and I hope you receive this with love. But I get a lot of women who say things that there's piss in the dating pool, right?
Mhm.
And we were gonna move forward. I already know that some men would probably have a challenge with you having two young kids, a 1 year old and a 3 year old, right?
Mhm.
But we're gonna move forward. Now you're telling us that you live with your baby daddy and you think a quality man is gonna want to date you in this position in your life.
Um, I don't see why not. I mean, we're not together. Like,
A quality man is not choosing a woman that has a 1 year old and a 3 year old that still lives with her baby daddy. That's not what a quality
okay.
man is going to choose. Now, a man who might just want to have sex with you, who don't really have no future plans with you, he probably take you out because he don't want nothing. A man who in a relationship already and knows that he can mess with you on the low because you already live with your baby daddy, so it's an equal opportunity situation. But this is not what a man who was trying to set up a life with a woman would choose. And I feel like, as much as I love my ladies, there got to be some housekeeping, right? And
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with you at least get your own place before you
That's what
start
I'm.
looking for a new man.
That's what I'm working on, Kendra. I'm working on
Well,
that.
work on that and then work
Then
on
call.
dating.
Then call you back because I'm gonna come
I
back on
mean,
your show.
you're here now. I just want to keep it real with you. Like,
Of course, I respect it. I love you, Kendra. I respect it.
yeah, I love you back, and it's hard, but I like this. That's crazy.
I don't think we're getting the full story. It's a very irrational and illogical decision to come on a dating show with two young children by a man that you're still living with. It makes no sense. What it sounds like to me is that she found a side chick, maybe even a couple of chicks. And now, out of emotion, she's making a fool of herself publicly to the whole world. Because you're not happy with your children's father, You think some man that makes 75K is going to come rescue you, take you out of that situation, pull you into his world with all that attachment and baggage and drama that comes with you. You can't make this shit up, man. Let's keep going.
And honestly, why can't y'all just work it out? Y'all have a 1 year old, 3 year old, y'all live together. Like, what? I mean, in the perfect world, y'all can figure it out because y'all already a family.
I just feel like we grew up differently, so I just feel like he has a lot of trauma that he doesn't want to deal with. So honestly, like I just don't see us working at all.
They want me to continue. What are your we were almost at the end. Well, when's the last time you was intimate with someone? You don't have to answer.
Probably about 3 weeks ago.
With your child's father.
Hmm.
You honestly didn't think anything was wrong with this.
No, not really, because I know where my heart is at, and I know like it's over. Like I gave him 3 years, and we're still at the same place that we've
Girl,
been
how
from
is
day
it over? You slept with him 3 weeks ago when you lived with him. Y'all got two
one.
kids together, a 1 and a 3 year old. Child, how is
Ken,
it? What part of that equals over?
Kendra,
What part of
Kendra,
that
just
equals
just
over?
because you're intimate with somebody doesn't mean that you're meant to be or there's compatibility there. Like we live together, of course. You might have your slip
Yeah, but
ups.
you have to realize y'all not just intimate, which is one part. Okay, that is a part. But let's just say, okay, one thing is y'all slept together 3 weeks ago. That's one thing. Another thing is y'all have two young kids. You have a 1 year old and a 3 year old. That's a whole nother equation. Then y'all live together. That's equation number three.
Hmm. Kendra, it's a long story, honestly.
Um, what are three flaws you have to work on?
I would say communication. Mm, communication. Three flaws. I don't know, Kendra.
What? 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 You can't name three flaws?
I'm sorry, Kendra. I'm sorry. Look,
Let me help you out. You live with your
huh?
baby daddy still. You slept with your baby daddy 3 weeks ago. Y'all got a 1 and a 3 year old together. You ain't giving us. You want me to keep going?
I mean, I'm just looking for love. Like that's it.
Well, that's the problem. Start. You don't. Here's the deal. Looking for love. Love is in the mirror. Okay. You don't
Oh,
have
I
to
love
find
myself.
love. We're
I
born
love
with
myself.
love, right? So you don't have to look far for love. But the way you love yourself is the way somebody else is gonna love you. And I always tell people, you're gonna see. I don't know if you're. This is. I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying things that's enlightening to you. It's things that I would think you would know, but the cousins are definitely gonna tell you this. Like, I don't understand how y'all need to get some new girlfriends because your girlfriend should have told you this. Your girlfriend should have said, at least get your own place. Because how does the guy pick you up? You live with your baby daddy that you slept with 3 weeks ago. So how does the new man even take you out on a date?
You got a point.
How does a new man bring you to? Because y'all also got to know this too. Respectable men, they got a list of people y'all got to pass the test with, right? Okay, she went, and that's fine. Okay, this is another eye opener. If you most respectable men, not all, but most, they have a group of people you got to pass the test with. It might be their grandmama, their mama, their auntie, or their sister. Okay, they're gonna have to approve of you. So just know, as you trying to win his heart and y'all going, these women that he respects in his life are also gonna have to co-sign you to a certain degree. And if they don't co-sign you, it's gonna be hard for y'all to move forward to the next step. So I think what's happening is, again, ladies, and in honor of sisterhood, I do understand there's a lot of men full of shit, okay? And y'all trying to find this Prince Charming. But I think women, you gotta start accepting the fact that some of y'all full of shit too.
It's no surprise to everybody watching that y'all are still boning. That's your children's father. You just had a child by him a year ago. You know he clapping cheeks. You belong to him physically, emotionally, You still got his man residue in places where the shit doesn't rinse off overnight. And he probably put his fluid on every crevice of your body. I doubt if it was even 3 weeks ago. It probably was 3 days ago. He's in there having his way with you. But I tell you what, you owe it to those small children to stick it out with that man. I don't care if he cheated on you. I don't care what's going on. You made your bed, now you got to lie in it. Those children deserve to have their father's presence. You chose to have not one, but 2 children by him. So now you got to live with your poor decision making. And at 29, your best bet is to work it out. Because if you try to play your hand in the dating market, it's not going to go well for you. And I know Kendra G has to appease her audience, but I wonder if she knows that she's red pill. She gets in trouble sometime by her followers when she tells the truth. I get it though. These women, they'll cancel you. They'll unfollow you en masse. So I understand why she has to be careful. But Kendra, she has had visible growth in the last couple of years. Check out this bitter internet feminist who's mad at black men because she can't lock down a proper date.
So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American black man, and my reasons are quite simple. So a few days ago, I made a video about coffee dates, and I basically talked about how I would never accept a coffee date as a first date. I think it's low effort, and it's just not my thing. Surprisingly enough, and I was genuinely surprised, 98% of the commenters and the people that were upset were American black men. So shocked because I didn't think that video would land on their For You page, but it did, and hundreds of them, hundreds, were crying on my shoulder over the fact that I would not drink bean juice on a first date with a man or with anyone. They were in my comments calling me all types of names, saying that I'm a gold digger and saying that I'm this and that, and then unprovoked, they started attacking me for my looks. By the way, I was so nice in that video. I did not insult anyone in that video, but they were insulting me. They were coming at me for my skin color, saying that I'm too dark and that I shouldn't have any standards. They were coming at me for my Afrocentric features. They were coming at me because I have an Afrocentric hairstyle in. Black American men honestly have this habit of attacking black women for the way that they look, especially if you are a darker skinned woman or you have more Afrocentric features. They will attack you. So the fact that they came at me for my looks unprovoked is not surprising to me at all. So reading the comments and watching the stitches, it brought up a discussion between me and my parents about why I don't date American black men. American black men generally do not value courtship, traditionalism, or even marriage. And I'm not saying that all American black men are like this, but a large majority are. They will berate you, break you down, and take advantage of you. I don't know why, but the sight of seeing a black woman, a dark-skinned black woman, having standards really does bother them. Maybe it's because in their mind, nobody ever talks about this, but they believe black women, dark-skinned black women deserve crumbs. Colorism is real, and they think that we deserve crumbs and that we shouldn't have any standards. I mean, I was getting so many messages and comments saying, "You're dark skinned, why do you have all these standards?" The only reason why that video got them really upset was because it basically told them to do better. And they do not take well at all to being told to do better, as you can clearly see, and it's because they are not required to. They are used to giving women nothing, giving women crumbs, but then receiving the world back. So when they were watching my video, they were so upset. They were like, "Oh, no, no, no. You want me to take you on a proper date? A proper date when all I'm used to is inviting women back to my house, or inviting women on a nature walk as a first date, or inviting women to my car to link and smoke? You want me to actually put in effort? No, I'm not used to that at all." They are literally in my comments saying, "What makes you think you deserve a meal? You need to prove yourself." And when American black men say that you need to prove yourself, that just basically means you need to go through hell and back with him. They don't want to put in the effort because they're lazy, they are entitled, and they are cheap. And don't get me wrong, it's not all American black men that are like this, it's just the large majority. And that is a problem because the majority of black American women prefer black American men, but there are not enough good black American men to go around.
Running to the other races is not going to help you, man. They don't want you either. You have to learn how to accept rejection. You can't just throw all black men under the bus because none of them want to take you on a proper date. You got to work on yourself, work on your look, work on your attitude, get rid of that feminist ideology. Let's take white men, for example. You have to compete with white women. Blonde hair, blue eyed, now they have curvy bodies. Is the typical well to do white man going to bring you home to meet his parents? Look in the mirror. The answer is no. And that's not being mean, that's being very honest. I mean, this is about as good as it's going to get for you. You look like you're in your early 20s. And it's sad because you're wasting it away running your mouth. You're about a 3 or 4 at best. And you're telling the world that you don't want to go on coffee dates. That statement alone is filled with audacity, and none of your little speech should be taken seriously. Black men are probably the least likely to go on coffee dates anyway. Wealthy, well-to-do men are cheap, and that's from any race. Who wants to waste away their money and time on a useless bimbo? So a coffee date comes in handy for someone who's short on time or not looking to waste money. Sounds to me like once men get to know you, they don't want to waste their time and resources to take you on an expensive date. And it's not because you're black, it's not because you're dark skinned, it's not because of anything that you think going on in your little head. It's because of your personality, your tone, your facial expression, your attitude. Overweight East African baby mama thinks that she deserves a $150,000 man. She's the Lulu. Let's check it out.
Maureen. Maureen from Kenya, lives in the Philippines, 38, mom to a 9-year-old, was once married. Now she works for the United what?
Nations.
Nations. All right. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
A kind man, you have to be kind to yourself first, because that way then you can be kind to me. Someone who's well educated and well read. Basically, if you don't know where Kenya is, that's a problem. If you don't know where the Philippines is, that's a problem, you know? So I just need people who know more than their surroundings. There's a lot of Americans here in the Philippines, so even after traveling so far from the US to come to the Philippines, are still a bit rough around the edges in terms of their knowledge. I think most of them are probably in the army or this used to be a US base at some point. There was a US base here. So when I meet the Americans, they are not very well read. There's many other nationalities here. So you'd find other nationalities are more, whether it's British, whether it's Europeans, they're more well-versed. So I need someone like that. And also it's because of the nature of my work. The nature of my work and just the nature of the people I hang around with. You're hanging around with a lot of diplomats, a lot of well-educated people. So you need to be able to keep up in terms of the conversation. So be someone who's at least ready to learn, ask questions if you don't know, but you're also quite open-minded in terms of your mind is open to learning new things and exploring the world, okay? Exploring the world. So you need to be kind to yourself, kind to me. You need to be someone who is quite self-aware, a good communicator. You need to be great at communicating. I don't mean calling me all the time, etc. But I mean when you communicate, it needs to be clear, it needs to be concise, it needs to send the message across. Okay. You also, I don't mind someone who has kids. Because and someone who's raised sons. And I think for me, I'm at a point where any man who would enter my life now would need to be someone who I would be able to see as a potential father to my son. Why I say this is, you may have your own kids, but you'd need to be also willing and ready to be a father to a woman with a son. Because he's at that age where he's starting to ask those questions. A 9-year-old is, preteen,
Where's
starting
his
to ask all those
father?
questions. Huh?
Where's his real father?
His real father is back in Kenya,
So, okay.
not involved, like nothing. Yeah, they
Okay.
do communicate. Like I gave my son a phone. There's no communication with me. I prefer it that way. You don't need to call me. I bought my son a phone. Call him. He can call you anytime. Just don't call me. Like we were done. We're done. So you can have access to your son, but no access to me.
Okay. Okay. So what are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers. So you don't have a passport. That's a problem. That's a problem. Let's start there. Uh, because the nature of my job is one where we'll move around a lot. Now, if you do want a situation where we are settling down together, it would likely mean that then I'm the one coming to you and moving to you, right? If that is the case, then you would need to be in the 150K upwards bracket, okay? Um, so if you're not there and that is what you want, then it would be a deal breaker if you're below that bracket. Poor communication is another deal breaker. Just poor communication, and poor communication, whether it's with your family, whether it's with you have kids, you have grown kids, young kids, poor communication all around. Like, I'd need to see what kind of communicator you are. And if you're a poor communicator with other people, then you'll be a poor communicator with me. So that's a deal breaker for sure. Yeah, I think not using proper English, you use too much colloquialism. Yeah, too much of that. I mean, it's fun with friends, and, in a social setting, but yeah, just communicate properly. Use proper English. Use proper English.
Man, you are the East African Respucia. This has got to be Eddie Murphy trolling the chat. Ain't no way you calling in with all of these demands and telling us you don't want to hear any American colloquialisms. You're missing your whole hairline. How you getting on here with a receding hairline trying to tell us what the hell you want? Let's keep going.
You can be anywhere in the world. You don't have to be American. You can be anywhere in the world. I just need someone who is a professional. You need to be a professional in all ways. In your career, you need to be professional, a professional of sorts. So you could be a suit, a banker, finance. You could be in project management. You could be in construction. You could be in, wherever. But just be a professional. So you need to be presentable as I am. Okay. So when I'm standing next to you, it's like, yes, this is my man. You got what I mean? You got what I mean, Kendra, right?
So, okay. Let me jump in here. He has to be presentable. I think you mentioned it earlier. He has to make at least 150K.
Yes, this is because I mean, I still want maybe one or two more kids. I would like to have more kids, sorry. So that would mean a situation where then I'm coming to you to, if we're starting a family, etc. Right? But if I'm okay, also if we reach, because I'm getting to an age where kids are really not a thing. So if we are at that point where you don't want more kids, I don't want more kids, we just want to just enjoy life together, enjoy the world together, then I'd be okay with 100K, because then I mean, it would mean then I'm still working, right? So I'm okay with 100K and maybe 80. It depends on which state you're from. If you're in the US, if you're in Europe, I don't know, 100K would probably cut it in Europe. Below that would be, different. If you're in Africa, again, 80K equivalent would be.
So 150 is for Europe. Is that American? Like, what would it be for American?
So 150 USD. I'm using USD because I
Okay,
guess
you're telling
a
me.
large
Okay, so for
percentage
the
of your
American
audience
perspective,
is.
he has to make equivalent to 150K.
Yes. So that's the annual equivalent I'm talking about.
So let me just ask you one question. So if a man made 85K American money, you can't date him.
It would depend on what he's looking for. Is he the type who wants me to be at home? You want me to be at home? Then 85K, I don't know. It depends on which state. You see, again, the cost of living in different American states is different. So 85K, say in Georgia, is different from maybe 85K in New York.
Absolutely.
You understand?
So do you want to move to the States? Because I know you're in the Philippines right now.
I'm not opposed to it. I would prefer someone who wants to live outside the US. If you're American, it's fine. That would be okay. Because then it creates you, it means you're a person who's adventurous. If you're a remote worker, then it means then you can come to me. So then, we can make them, you're coming to me, moving with me wherever I'm moving to.
They can't move in with.
Yes, we can have that conversation.
Okay.
We can have that conversation.
Okay. For some reason, these questions. Okay.
I need to be able to hear them.
Taxmaster said, "Man, please wait until you leave the Philippines because you can't compete with the Philippines there. They're more fit, feminine, and don't have your wild requirements."
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on YouTube and just put on. Okay,
Hello?
go again with your question, Kendra. Sorry.
This is what a
Repeat the
person said.
question.
Taxmaster DFW said, "Man, please wait until you leave the Philippines because you can't compete with the Filipinas there. They are more fit, feminine, and don't have your wild requirements."
100%.
I can't
It's
hear
not that
you.
they're fit feminine. Filipino women, this is the thing with Filipino women from my observation. Because Philippines is a developing country, the men are not your working type of man. They don't like to work, they're lazy, right? But then you find that the women want a man, the foreigners, because the foreigners are able to take care of their whole family. They're able to take care of their father, their mother, their brothers, their sisters. So they are just, Filipino women are very aggressive. Let me tell you, they are more aggressive than Africans. But they conform to fit what it is a man is looking for. But once they have you, let me tell you, you are done for.
Okay. We did the Kendra Kim already? Okay. All right. Okay, we see you, girlfriend. We got you, mama. All right.
Whoever sent that comment, he busts her ass. She's in the Philippines with a $150,000 requirement. Do you know how many beautiful Filipino women you can gather with 150K? And then she had the nerve to stand up and twirl those little flapjacks around. That thing is shaped like an upside down triangle. Literally. You're done, man. There's absolutely no reason why a man wants to take his hard-earned $150,000 a year and share it with you. We want fit, feminine, friendly, agreeable. That's mainly what's deserving of the type of man that you're looking for. And I know there's Eddie Murphy up under that bodysuit. Kendra G, you ain't slick. We know what you're doing. This can't be real life. Shout out to Kendra G, man. Walmart worker with 2 baby dads is seeking a 200K man. Can't make this up. Let's get into it.
V, how old are you?
I'm 30.
30. 30. What do you do for a living?
I do a lot. I'm a healthcare provider. Right now I'm at Walmart. I kind of bounce all over. I make wigs. I kind of do a lot.
Okay.
I'm in school.
How old are you, V? Or you're 30? So what do you want me to what do you want me to write for your profession?
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. But it's wigs, healthcare provider, and Walmart.
Yep.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have 2.
How old are your 2 kids?
I have a 3-year-old and I have a 6-year-old.
Are they by the same man?
No.
Why are you not with the 3-year-old dad?
You did this last time.
We're gonna do it again. I don't remember.
Okay.
And it's a question
Okay.
I asked
I'm
whenever
not
somebody
with him. I'm not with him because he's just not right. He's Hispanic, okay? He's not black. He's like, I would say a leech. He don't wanna I'm like the man of the relationship. He don't wanna do the things he's supposed to do, like far as going to work and getting a job, like working the legal way. He wants to work the illegal way. So he don't have his shit together. Put it like that. He's not a man. He doesn't have his things down pat of what a man should be. He's not in order. He's just all over the place with it.
Can I ask you a question? Was he ever in order?
Before, when we are high school sweethearts, so yes, I would say he was in order before. He was. I'm not gonna lie, he
Well,
had
in
it.
order high
That was
school. Well,
years.
high school is not fair because high school is high school, child.
Yeah, I would say up until we were 21. We stopped. We broke bad at 21. Put it like that.
Let me ask you this:
From
you said that he
16,
wants. Okay, what was you gonna say?
from 16 to 21, we broke bad. So
Okay, well,
like
you're
from
30
16
years
to 21.
old. Okay, you're 30 years
Mm-hmm.
old. Your baby's 3, so you got pregnant at 26,
Yes.
maybe, right?
We had a
Was
first,
he in this?
we had a miscarriage. We had our first child back in 2015, and that was a stillborn baby. That was like our first child, and like soon after we lost our baby, everything just it broke bad. He started another relationship right away, and it just went down from there. And it was like he would continue to come back and dip in my life, and then dip back out, just in and out.
Well, I'm very sorry you lost your child. Your baby was stillborn. That's terrible. So I'm
Hmm.
sorry. I
Yeah.
want to ask this question. Let me just ask this question directly. When you were dealing with him, did you know he was in the streets?
No. No.
So when you got pregnant with your 3-year-old child, what did you think his job was?
Well, when I got pregnant with my 3-year-old child, like I said, we were dipping. I wasn't in a relationship with him.
What
He
did you
actually
think
cheated
his
on his,
well, hold on, V? What did you think his
huh?
what did you think his job was before you got pregnant with him by your 3-year-old child?
What did I think his job was? What do you mean? Like what do I think his
Because
job
you're
was?
telling me because I asked you why you are not with your 3-year-old child, and rightfully so. You said he's in the streets. He doesn't want to get his life together. He doesn't, and those are all good reasons. But I'm trying to figure out: did you get pregnant with him knowing those things? So I'm asking you, what did you think his job was before you got pregnant by him?
To hit it and quit it. It was booty calls. It was just us just not working the relationship. It was just we were just having sex because I'm not.
Honey. You're not answering my question. My question is very clear. And I know the cousins be getting mad, but this is why at times it's a challenge with women because y'all just won't answer the question. The question is quite simple. What did you think his occupation was when you was having sex with him?
I mean, hey, he didn't have an occupation at the moment. I mean, he was. I'm not gonna lie, he was working, but
Okay, so but listen, I'm just trying to get you to realize you knowingly was participating with him in that way. So you said the reason you're not with him is the same thing you accepted with about him. Like you were sleeping with him knowing he was all those things. He didn't lie to you. That's who he was, and you move forward with him and end up getting pregnant. So I'm trying to help you take some accountability in knowing.
yeah.
And there's that dreaded A word, accountability, which is women's kryptonite. She knew that man wasn't shit after she's been dealing with him for more than 10 years, but she still busted open for him and even gave him a baby. This is your choice. You can't cry victim after you choose to sleep with someone that you knew ain't really producing. Let's get back into it.
You got pregnant by. But this is the
And
issue.
don't
I'm
get
going
me
to say this
wrong.
overall, this is a real challenge for women in general. I have at times with the show because it's almost like women do not want to admit that there is an accountability factor in these relationships. They just want to focus on the man. But I think if we could focus on the facts, we could learn from the mistakes and move forward.
Mhm. I agree. I agree.
Okay. All right. So now that we got there, and the question would have been very simple if you would have just answered it when I was asking you, girl. But let's keep going. What about money? Should you make a certain amount of money?
Mm, yeah, he gonna have to bring in the bacon. At
What's
least a
how
couple
much
hundred
bacon he has
thousand.
to bring in?
He needs at least a couple hundred thousands a year, at least.
A
At
couple
least.
as at least 200K a year.
Yeah, at least 200K a year.
So I'm assuming your 3-year-old dad made that because he was working in the streets, right?
No, he made 90K a year.
Have you ever dated a man
And
that
that was
makes 200K?
a job. Now the streets money, I never really counted the streets money because I wasn't into that. So like that's a straight turn off. But far as like working, he made 90K for like an actual job. But on the street, I never counted the street monies because I never seen it. So he wasn't never around me with it. So I can't sit there and say what he made off of street money. But I don't know.
Okay. Have you just curious, have you ever dated a man that made 200K?
Yes, I have.
You have. What was his occupation?
He had rental properties and he inherited it a lot. So like my rich white guy I'm telling you about. So he owned rental properties. He had
The
42
rich
rental
white guy
properties.
that you had a great chance with, but you slept with the baby daddy and got pregnant?
Oh, don't do it like that, but yes.
So did y'all
Yes.
break up once you had to reveal something that you were pregnant?
No, we actually were friends for a while. You know, I never took it to the relationship part, but he was still a great guy, and it was just like I allowed for my baby daddy to like
Okay, well hold
mess
on. Then
that
he's
up.
not an option because I'm asking you, did you ever date a man that made 200K? Now you're telling me y'all were just friends. So which one is it?
I mean, he was kind of he sponsored me, so we never, when I say date, I never mean like we never slept together, but we were working towards things. We never had a sexual relationship out of the years we've known each other because I've known him for 7 years now. I haven't talked to him in maybe 2 years, but I'd known him for a while, so it wasn't like, you know, he's met my family, took my families on trips, cabin logs a lot. So like I would consider it kind of dating. I mean, I even got engaged to him, so he even proposed to me.
Wait, I
So
have a question. So you guys never in life had sex?
no, we were saving it for marriage. We were saving it for marriage.
How
And
low
I
was this?
know him.
How low was this rich white man?
Huh?
How old was he?
Oh, he was 59. Yeah.
So 59 years old. So you said he
Mhm.
sponsored you. So he was paying your bills and stuff?
Yes, paying my bills, taking me on trips, supporting me with anything I needed. He was
So
like, we were friends before anything, but I mean, knowing that we wanted each other, it wasn't like, it was just like we wasn't moving fast. It wasn't like he were pressuring me to do things, even though I know myself, he wanted to sleep with me, but it was just him being the man that he was. He was gentle and patient with me. He knew that, you know, I really don't like sex before marriage. So it's like, he was really
you
big
don't
on that with
who
me.
doesn't like sex before marriage?
I don't discourage my baby daddy, but as far as getting in the street, sleeping with other men, I can vouch that I don't do that. So
But
besides my baby daddy, that's
you
my
have two. Wait, hold on.
yeah,
You have
yep,
two baby daddies, right?
I do.
So when did you start the rule you don't believe in sex before marriage?
Hmm. I started that kind of after my son, after I gave birth to my son. I mean, I've been just only sleeping with my.
So basically, the white guy, you didn't want to have sex with him. So what it
I
sounds
did, but
like
I
is this.
didn't. I did, but I didn't. I didn't want to add a new
I don't know.
collect.
Well, I would say this. I
It's
don't know
it's
too
it's
many
a body
women.
count thing. I don't want to add another body count. If I'm still sleeping with my baby dad, who I've been sleeping with for the last 15 years.
So you're 30 years old, you're working at Walmart, and you think you deserve a $200,000 man. You have this silvery blue weave, which is a big red flag sitting right on the top of your head. You got to make it make sense. A man making that type of money is not going to go after a hood booger, man. He's going to find the most feminine woman he can with no kids, that's agreeable, that has a decent head on her shoulders. And then you have the audacity to tell us that you are waiting to have sex when you marry. When you already got two baby dads with questionable activity with a 59-year-old white guy who just gives you money and doesn't expect anything in return. Stop the virtue signaling, man. We see right through it. Something is really being swept under the rug about these women's mental state of mind, because clearly the majority of women have lost it.
I'm a Black creator that only dates white guys. I've never dated a Black guy. My name is Sierra, and I help women embrace self-love to attract true love. I have been saying this with my full chest for a long time. We need to stop this narrative of we need to save black men. We need to preserve black love. No, if you want to date for marriage, you need to date for values. You need to be with a man that is a protector and a provider. Like this shit about you can only be with a black man, that was some idea created to keep you down and single. Let me tell you where that mentality will get you. My mom believes in that mentality. It got her in her first failed relationship, me, which she had out of wedlock, and that guy has still not pulled his life together since. Her second relationship, which was an actual marriage, also failed, and my beautiful siblings came out of that, but that guy still cannot protect and provide for himself or his family. You need to date the man that can actually take care of you, not just, oh well, he's black. That's so stupid. You need to get past the superficial surface of his skin color. I don't care if he's purple, polka dotted, and lime green. He needs to be able to actually provide security, the lifestyle that you will need, that your children will need. Love is not enough. The color of his skin is not enough. That's not going to pay your bills. So get out of this mindset of, oh, well, we need to preserve black love. No, we need to preserve family units that are actually healthy, where kids are loved, they're safe, they can grow up in healthy home environments, pursue all the dreams and activities that they want because money is not an issue. That's what you should be aspiring to do, okay? As someone that came from a broken home, I don't give a shit what color my dad is. What would have mattered is if he was actually able to protect and provide and care for the family. That is the role of the masculine.
Have a seat, ma'am. You look like Daffy Duck with his beak twisted backwards. Your 5 o'clock shadow is showing. Your statement is filled with cap. You said you date white men, plural. Show us one. And if there is one, man, that gentleman needs to have a serious talk. Did he meet your parents? Did he bring that home to meet mom and dad? I don't know many black men who will take you home to meet their parents. You are now an unrestricted free agent. Nobody will accept a trade, not the white man, Mexican man, or Asian man. All trade requests have been denied. You're out of your goddamn mind. 38-year-old single mom of 2 says that she only goes on 5-star dates. Oh, we about to cook on this one. Make sure you stay until the end.
So we got Vero, Bronx, New York, 38, Aquarius, mental health therapist, mom of 2 kids, by the same man, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Okay, someone who has a profession, someone who's educated, someone who's ambitious and outgoing and loves to travel a lot.
What are your deal breakers?
Smokers, no smokers, no cheap men. I'm sorry, I like nice stuff. I do well for myself and I get myself nice stuff. So if you're cheap, don't do it. Liars, cheaters, like the regular stuff. People that don't treat their family well. People that's selfish and let me see. And people that's like self-centered. That's all.
So what's cheap to you?
Cheap is going to Applebee's. Cheap is going to Applebee's. Like I don't do chain restaurants. Like I like restaurants that doesn't you never heard of the name, or if you did heard of the name, it's like yeah.
No, okay. Yeah. So if a guy wanted to take you on a date to Applebee's, you would say no.
No.
What is
that? I don't even take my kids to Applebee's.
Okay, there was this whole conversation about the Cheesecake Factory. Could he bring you to the Cheesecake Factory?
He can get me a piece of cheesecake to go for a doggy bag, but not to take me there, no.
Okay, so what kind of restaurant should the man be willing to take you that you will accept?
Like 5-star restaurants, like stuff that you just never heard about, no chain restaurants.
So this is the first date?
Yes. Like I went on a date before, and the guy, he took me to a Brazilian restaurant.
Yeah. With that guy, why didn't you just close the deal?
That was a while ago. That was a long time ago. That was our first date. That was nice. The second date was nice, but then he wasn't third day, I just feel he wasn't my, like, I wasn't
Is
into
he
him
the
like
only
that.
guy that's ever done that, or this is what you get all the time?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Okay, but now it's the requirement.
Yes.
Woo, child. So no chain restaurant. So she said Applebee's. I said, she
Red
said back to
Lobster,
where?
Applebee's, Longhorn. I said Red Lobster, Applebee's, Longhorn Steakhouse. No. No.
Let me just say this. A little fun fact. When I was in college, I was a waitress at Applebee's.
Oh, nice. But
How old are you again? Oh, you're 38.
yes.
Okay. Five-star restaurants are the requirement. First date.
Yeah.
Oh.
If I can take myself there, they should take me there too.
Okay. Girl, you know you're gonna be a highlight, and you know they about to come for you. So I want you to prepare.
They can all come. I got all my money to back it up.
Be ready to back it up.
5-star restaurant. I wouldn't even take you to Five Guys to get one of those overpriced double cheeseburgers. I was thinking more like a 4 for 4, a Wendy's Baconator, but I don't partake in swine. Your face is just a 2, man. We haven't even seen your body yet. And I'm not even mad at the gap in your teeth. Because from my experience, women with gaps in their, well, we're not going to talk about my experience. And you a mental health specialist? That shit is scary. How many videos have I done like this with women talking mad to Lulu, but at the same time, they're a mental health expert? It's crazy.
Now, should the guy look a certain way?
Not really. Now that I'm older, like I used to have like a type, like tall, dark, and muscular, but now it's just like, you know, it's what's inside, the personality that matters, and how they treat people. Yeah.
Okay. They're telling me to hang up on you. I'm not hanging up on you. Okay, now we already know the guy has to bring you to a 5-star restaurant. First date, no chain restaurants. Should he make a certain amount of money?
As long as he's able to take care of himself and his responsibilities and not ask me for no money.
And afford a 5-star restaurant,
Yes.
and afford literally at least a $200 first date bare minimum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do the Kendrick Kim.
All right, so let's see. Ain't nobody around. Let me see if I can ask somebody to hold my phone. I'm in the car.
Yeah, poor Applebee's. Y'all 2 for 20 specials that she ain't rolling up on that. Applebee's got some good desserts though, y'all. The Blondie ice cream is good. We gotta see your full body, baby girl. Okay, let's see you, girl. 5-star, don't play with it. 5-star restaurants only.
You see, I knew it. You built like a sloppy Whopper Jr., man. All you get is 5 onion rings with the extra zesty sauce. You don't get a 5-star restaurant. I don't know why y'all think y'all get the wifey treatment on first dates. I don't know you. Well, I want to come out of my pocket and you built like that. What can you possibly put on that's going to make you look good on my arm going into a 5-star restaurant? You got to keep that in mind. You guys don't want to do Cheesecake Factory, don't want to do Applebee's, don't want to do chain restaurants, but your backsides are built like you got a dirty diaper in there. I don't know, man. Let's just keep going.
Thank you to the cameraman. All right, Vero, right?
Yes.
What was your last relationship?
Oh, that was a while ago.
What's a while ago?
Like more than 5 years ago.
5 years ago? Why haven't you gone on a date in 5 years?
No, I've been on a date. I just haven't been in a relationship.
You're right. That's the question. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna. Well, why do you think you've been single for 5 years?
Because I have high standards, and people, they think my standards are outlandish, but I feel like my standards is right for me. So I'll keep checking until I find the right person.
I was gonna
to check all the boxes.
Okay, I'm happy you got there. So let's have a conversation. Let's say you don't meet a guy that's willing to rise to the occasion for your standards. I don't know all the standards, but we know one thing. 5-star restaurants are the first date. Are you okay with Not having anyone if that guy doesn't want to date you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've been going this long. So, yeah.
Okay, okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Not gonna answer.
3 flaws you have to work on.
3 flaws. Okay. I'm very let me see, withdrawn. Like I'm not. I don't really trust people too much, so it's hard. I have like a wall up, so that's 1 flaw. My second flaw, I'm a big procrastinator, and that I need to work on that. And sometimes it's hard for me to communicate. I'm a mental health therapist. I help other people communicate, but I need to work on that communication, my communication skills. Yeah.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because a guy be lucky to be with me because I'm genuine, I'm honest, I make my own money, I have my own car, my own apartment, my own everything. I'm very ambitious, and if me and him would be a partnership, I always try to make my partner better, strive for greatness. So that's the reason why.
Could he have kids already?
Oh yeah, but he can only have up to 2 kids because I only have 2 kids.
He have only 2 kids. Okay.
Yeah.
Should he be in the Bronx?
No.
No.
The Bronx. No, he should be. He could be anywhere. And if he could be anywhere. To be honest.
Be anywhere. Okay. All right. So we got Vero, Bronx, 38, Aquarius, mental health therapist, mom to 2 kids, 5 to 12, never married. All right, boo. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
No, I had to download it.
All right, you gotta download it. Vero's your name. Vero.
Yes.
That should be saved. So make that your name. What kind of phone do you have?
An iPhone.
iPhone. Okay. Make that your name, and Vero.
Vero
Go to
not
that's what I'm
taken?
trying to get. Go to the App Store, type in Kendra G Singles, and make your first name Vero.
And that's that taken already, Vero?
Let me check. I don't think I didn't check because I feel like it's not, but let me check.
Okay.
I'm gonna check right now because you can search by name. We also have a new app design. Oh, so Vero's not taken, but what happens is Veronica comes up because it's like Vero. But I think if your name is just Vero, it will come up.
Yeah.
So you're fine. You just put your name Vero.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, Kendra.
All right, girlfriend. Now I'm telling you in advance. I'm telling you in advance. You're gonna be a topic on the internet streets. Now, okay, listen. I'm gonna give you a chance to respond because I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna say, and they're gonna say what they kind of been saying already in the comments. You're not gonna get a 5-star guy to take you to a restaurant. So, what's your response?
I already had a 5-star guy take me to a restaurant before, many a times. So that's not accurate, and that could happen again and again and again.
And there you have it. She's already been there. That's the standard, and that's what it is. All right, boo. Keep me posted how it goes.
I will, and enjoy Jamaica.
Thank you.
My family's from Jamaica, so enjoy it.
Okay, thank you, baby girl.
At this point, I think women are setting the bar extremely high because they couldn't even get a man if they placed the bar in hell. Single mother with 2 kids at 38 years old, you need to be a little bit more reasonable because this is clear self-sabotage. And as a mental health professional, you need to go seek a mental health professional. You got your goddamn mind. 32-year-old single mom is now choosing to be celibate until marriage. This will be good. Stay until the end.
Now for your job, what do you want me to say?
Executive assistant.
Okay, executive assistant. Executive assistant. So this is Ty, 32, Gemini, LA, mom to a 4-year-old, never married, right?
Never married, no.
An executive assistant. What kind of man you looking for now, girl?
Oh my God, the comments is crazy. All right. I am looking for a God-fearing man, someone that is fun, that loves life, that respects women, family-oriented, loves kids, And yeah, just someone that matches my energy as far as being ambitious and working hard and knowing what he wants and striving for greater.
Okay.
So that's what
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
my deal breakers is someone who smokes weed, someone who drinks a lot, someone who doesn't love God, of course, someone who is just disrespectful and is a cheater. I need someone that's strong mentally. What? Oh, and he got to have nice teeth. My friend, because she knows.
Should he be in LA?
He can be anywhere.
Okay. How old should he be? What's the age range?
The age range, I'm 32, so let's say 29 to 40.
29 to 40. Could he have kids?
I am open, but it has to be a match of 1 and 1.
It has to be a match of 1 and 1?
Yes, if I have 1, he got to have 1 as well.
Okay. Do you want more kids?
I'm open to having more if I'm married, yes.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
No, you didn't ask that question. As long as he's attractive in my mind, right? He doesn't have to be super tall. I think like requirement of 5'9" is fine. He could be any complexion. I do love a black man though, so he must be black.
What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
We live in LA, right, Kendra? So it's kind of important for you to make a good amount of money if you're in LA. Hopefully, 80,000 or more. As long as you know how to take care of yourself and you're financially responsible, that's very important. Have a good credit score.
Okay. And have a good credit score. Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh God. Okay. We just talked about this. Okay. You're not even doing it right. That's crazy. Please don't hang it up because I'm gonna be really upset.
Scoot back.
You're not even doing it right.
Scoot back.
But we gotta see your legs time.
Okay.
What's going on?
Pull it down.
All right, we see you, boo. Woo, woo, woo. We see you, girl. Okay. She turned around on him.
Did.
Six dives save lives.
At 32 years old, you're in what we like to call the danger zone. This is the point of your life where each passing year drastically increases the likelihood and probability of you being single or unmarried for the rest of your life. And now you have one kid, which probably caused that excess weight, and that makes it even harder for you. You got to be an active dater. You got to put yourself in a position where the type of man you're looking for is hanging out at. And then when you go to these places, will you be approachable? Let's get back into it.
Period.
When was your last relationship?
Oh, Jesus. Like 2 years ago.
2 years ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
4 years ago.
You haven't had sex in 4 years? Since you had your baby?
I have not.
Are you waiting for marriage?
Yes, I am. I'm waiting for marriage. So that's what I'm on right now.
So no cookie.
My friend said a lot of guys are going to back up, and that's perfectly fine because that means God is making way for the right one at that point. So, yeah.
Child. Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna let you respond to this because this is what they may say.
Okay.
You have a 4-year-old child, and now the next man has to wait to be your husband and have sex with you. What would you say to that?
I mean, if you're the right one, it shouldn't be an issue. And there's no time limit on when we get married. If a guy knows, I feel like we can get married within the next year, and then boom, there we go. But I know he won't be disappointed. I know that. So.
That you won't. I understood that statement. Hopefully, fellas got it. Okay.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with waiting until you're married to have sex, but your timing is off. You should have been doing this at 22 years old with no kids instead of 32 years old, and now you're a single mom. And it's not just her. Many women are doing this after the fact. I like to call it hustling backwards. You reverse the order of things because you realize that you did it wrong, and now you're putting yourself at a severe disadvantage in the dating market.
3 flaws you have to work on.
I'm crying. So I need to work on saying no more. I've been doing better at that now that I've become a mother. I also need to work on time management, making time for things that I need to do, because I do get lost in the sauce of being a mom and working in production. You already know entertainment is busy. And I would say my third flaw would be, what y'all think? Y'all just looking at each other. That's crazy. I'm bossy. Dang, they said I'm bossy. So my third flaw is being bossy.
She's bossy. So why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Ty?
A guy would be lucky to be with me because I'm God-fearing. I'm ambitious. I work very hard for the things that I desire and want out of life. I'm fun. I'm kind. I'm family-oriented. I'm a great mom. So yeah.
Okay. Look at her. Got the thigh out.
You know.
Got the thigh out. Ty.
They look thighs too.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, I skipped the picture. Oh. All right, fellas. THAI, she's in. She's a Gemini. Hey there. I'm a proud mother of one son and a woman of faith. My relationship with God is very important to me, and I'm looking for someone who shares the same value. I'm also very ambitious, family oriented. When I'm not working hard, you can find me trying new foods, laughing, and with loved ones. What I'm looking for: God fearing, family oriented, loves my son as his own, respectful, loving, provider, great communicator, affectionate, supportive, tall, handsome, funny, understanding, financially responsible, fun, able to cook.
Did I lie? The thing is, I can match all those things. So of course I'm looking for what I can match. I'm gonna let them know what I need in advance. Don't come knocking. Can't get it.
When you say provider, do you want them to pay all the bills?
No, I don't want him to pay all the bills, but I don't want it to be a concern. If we do 80-20, my friend said pay all the bills. If you're a grown man, that's what he's gonna do. Okay, hear you, heard. Listen, I'm open to that if he wants to, yes.
Okay. Her deal breakers are doesn't believe in God, smokes cigarettes, liar, bad communicator, bad hygiene, unfaithfulness, not good with money. All right, fellas, if you want her, she's on the Kendra G singles dating app. This is her first picture, which I think is really a good first picture.
Thank you.
THAI. THAI, Ty. All right, we have to get together in person when I get back in town. I'm about to be going for a week.
Gotcha.
We got to get together.
For sure.
All right, now, listen, I'm going to let you respond because I let you respond. Also, you didn't say you're also, you want all these things and you're celibate until marriage.
Correct.
So,
yes,
someone says you're delusional. What's your response?
That's their business. The right man will know. He will know.
The right man will know. Mm-hmm. You didn't have a money requirement, or did you?
That's an 80 or up.
Oh, I missed that. He has to make, okay, so 80K and up.
Yes.
No sex until the
but
wedding night.
Credit. The credit is very important.
Okay, so I'm gonna read your list again. 80K and up.
Important. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kendra.
So 80K and up. Have good credit. Mm-hmm. No sex until the wedding night.
Correct.
God-fearing, family-oriented, loves my son as his own, respectful, loving, provider, great communicator, affectionate, supportive, tall, handsome, funny, understanding, financially responsible, fun and sporadic, able to cook.
Yep. And I'm so listen, it's possible, ladies. Don't think it's not. And fellas, please don't act like it's not possible, because for the right woman, you will make it happen.
Yes! I think you have a lot. You have a very distinct. I'm just trying to see if available.
Idris, that's what you say.
I mean, all the things you got, well, not even that though. And he's not gonna have sex with you until you get married.
Yes. Hey, if it happens, it happens. But I have been very intentional about waiting for the right person.
Oh, I'm not saying. Listen. I'm not here to challenge your vagina rules.
Oh, listen.
I'm not here to do that. All right, well, Ty, you keep me posted how it goes.
I will. I hope to see you very soon, sister girl.
Yes, bye, baby girl.
You have to look at it like this: the type of man that you're looking for, is he willing to wait for a bossy single mom that's a career woman, that's slightly overweight, where he can easily find somebody younger, single, without children, that's ready to fall in line with whatever he has going on. Sounds like you're a boss chick, man. You spending at least 8 to 12 hours out of the day working. Then when you're done working, you have to spend time with the son and make sure he's good. When will you have time for a man? That child is going to be your top priority, and your career is a close second. And this new man of yours is going to be at the bottom of the list. Is a provider man going to care about your career or your ability to earn money? None of that is going to go towards taking care of him. He's good. These are all things that you have to take into account. So here's a woman with 6 kids by 3 different men, and she has decided to enter back into the dating market. Check it out.
Aries, mom to 6, 5'3" men, never married, mental health profession, going to school for nursing. You ready, Tessa?
I'll try to set my camera up for the, okay.
What kind of man you looking for, honey?
Someone who is just, I don't want to say like, it's hard to describe what you want because people start to think that you're needy. I just want someone normal, like someone from a decent background, someone who has goals, someone who washes their hands when they come out of the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, have good dental hygiene. I've always been a strong, independent person. So I just wanted to be clear. Like, I have 6 kids because I'm strong enough to raise them all. I have went through a lot raising my children, but nevertheless, it has made me a better person. So a lot of times men are scared of a woman with 6 kids. I'm very well set in taking care of my children without the assistance of a consistent companion. So I'm not looking for a baby daddy. I'm not looking for someone to come in and do anything that they do not want to do. I'm very upfront about just being strong in that aspect. However, my perfect companion would be a family guy, someone who's oriented. He can have children. I don't mind that. I love kids. Just don't be messy. Like, it's so many times, like, if you have a baby moms or whatever, that's cool. Just be like, don't be messy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be normal. And I can pretty much adapt to anything. Now, what I'm not going to deal with, like the deal breakers. Oh, sorry, Miss Kendra. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The deal breakers, what I'm not going to deal with is deception. I've been through a lot where I've healed from people being disloyal to me. So, like, I'm not going to go back to that. So that's like, soon as you could bring back a receipt and say that it was $10 and you give it to me and it was $6.99, I'm gonna feel some type of way. Yeah, because people, that's a consistent thing. Like, being honest is something that you make a habit of. So you always just try to be clear and cut because people are crazy these days.
Woo, you broke it down. So, Tessa, should the man look a certain way?
I prefer height and chocolate. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a colorist. But sorry. I'm not a colorist by far, but I just like what I like. Light-skinned men are attractive in some aspect, but it's just not typically for me. But I'm open to anyone that
Well, you're
is.
light skinned, so you want to date a man your complexion?
I'm not light-skinned. I don't think I'm light-skinned.
You don't think you're light skinned? What do you think you are?
Like a pecan, light skin, pecan. But I mean, yeah, my shade are a little darker, but I'm not a colorist. Like, as long as the guy is down to earth and he takes care of himself. I don't like hair chest, like chest hair or
You don't
whatever.
like hair chest?
Is that what that is? Or chest hair?
Chest hair, maybe?
And back hair.
Okay. So she don't like hair chest.
But I like big guys. I mean, not 600-pound life big guy, but stocky is good, thick. I'm a country girl, so I like I like them thick now.
Okay. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
In this day and age, and the way these women been taking care of these men, yes, he needs to make his own money. Cause I'm gonna carry my own.
How much money does he have to make? What's the minimum?
Well, in North Carolina, you got to make 3 times the rent to even survive. So the baseline for that is about $75,000.
Okay. So he should make $75K.
That's just, saying you can pay your own rent.
So really, that's the minimum.
That's the minimum.
That's the minimum. Did your children's dads all make 75K?
No, the last one didn't. He work at Walmart right now.
Did the
I
two
mean, the
prior?
one before the last one, the one in the middle. He work at Walmart. He didn't. He didn't.
Okay. So none of your children, you have three. None of them made 75K?
Oh yeah, I just said the one didn't. Two
Oh,
out of
the one.
three did.
Why didn't it work out with the other two men you had kids by?
Because of messy.
You mean messy like a woman with 6 kids by 3 different men that comes on a dating show to air out her dirty laundry to the public? That type of messy? Because clearly you were better off getting on the app and shooting your shot at men in private than coming onto a show where thousands of people are going to see this. It's just getting ridiculous at this point.
And people make decisions that are not like pertinent to where they're at now. And so back then I had a lot of growing to do too. I was raised from a Christian background, and so I always chose life over anything. And those were personal decisions because everybody's accountable for their own actions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I chose life, and it's so easy to flush a kid down the toilet. That's just I chose, to do me. So yeah.
Fair enough. No judgment there. I guess what people will say is that's fair, but you went through it with three different men. So why maybe after the first or even second man? Because there's other precautions like there's 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 birth control that can also be implemented too, right? To
True.
prevent being in those positions. So I think people understand a one-time circumstance, but you went through the circumstance with three different men.
Well, everybody has their own story. I can't tell it on the Kendra, show tonight.
Only reason
Everybody
I
has
went
their
there is
own.
because of what you said. We don't have
No,
to deep dive.
no, no, no. I get it. I get it. I'm just saying, like everybody, there's an explanation for that, but it's sort of like too deep for here. But I get exactly what you're saying. I would say that too, just with someone else because I would want to know like what didn't work for you. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has those questions. That's a real question. However, I say that I don't use that as a crutch. A lot of women use their choices sometimes that they make to do other excuses like to treat men wrong, drag them, use them for money, do a lot of ill will things. I'm not bitter. So I just take it as it comes. And, I'm still human. I think I deserve to have fun, life, whatever the case may be.
No, absolutely. Something you said earlier. You said that you feel like sometimes men are. I don't want to quote you wrong. I'm not sure if
Okay.
you used the word intimidated, but you said scared of a woman that has 6 children.
Yeah, well, like intimidated. Yes, ma'am. I did say that.
Okay.
Because they feel like, people, we want money. We want this, we want that. We want somebody to take care of our kids, this, that, and the third. And that may be the background for some women who have, they may be looking for that come up or whatever the case may be, but that's not every woman. So
So
that's
that's
why I
fair,
said
but
that.
you are saying the guy has to make at least 75K to date you.
Yeah, for himself. That means he can afford his own rent. That means he don't have to stay with me. Because remember, I
Right.
told you in North Carolina, they like to live, to actually survive, you got to make 3 times the rent.
So
So,
here's what they'll say. Okay, and I want you to respond to this. And I
okay.
know my cousins, if I make you a highlight, it's not that that man doesn't exist, but they will say, why would a man who makes 75K date a mother that has 6 children by 3 men?
Oh, well, I would say, I have dated men of many calibers, and that has not stopped me from pulling a lot of nice men who come from the background that I described. I'm not trying to sound cocky.
Right.
Um, Nevertheless, I had my own objectives, I had my own goals, and I wanted to be at a place where I can say I want these things because I realized that I did have 6 kids, that I realized I am a single Black woman. And it's going to be a little bit more harder for me to be in that pool. So once I was able to pull myself up to that threshold to be independent on my own, pay my own rent without Section 8, not be on food stamps. You know what I'm saying? To be able to do those things or accomplishments from where I'm from, sorry, Miss Kendra, and to be like, you know, I can say, oh, I want this. I want this. I need this because, I mean, why not?
No, I love it. I guess the follow-up would be those men that you pulled in your caliber. What happened to those guys? Why couldn't it grow into something long term?
Now, just because I was ready don't mean they was ready. And
But
they could
that's
have
always what it kind of comes down to.
period. But why not? I mean, it's not like I don't date a lot, Miss Kendra. Like I'm very self-absorbed. Like my kids working, things of that nature. So I feel like just seeing what's out there is okay. But I'm not really. I want to see, but it's not gonna hurt me, or because I know the odds. Like you said, like it's a lot of consistent things happening in the dating pool.
Well, you know, the thing is, I have to be honest, I feel for a lot of black women because it's in the numbers game, the quantity is for the type of man y'all want. Now, there's men, right?
Okay.
There's men out there every single day walking this planet, but most women want a certain type of guy, and there's not enough of that certain type of guy to go to every woman that desires him. So
That's
I
right,
actually
Miss Kendra.
feel like I do feel for my black sister.
You're done, ma'am. 6 kids. The youngest are 2 5-year-olds that are twins. So far, you've been 0 for 3, and finding another man should be secondary. You're just gonna go 0 for 4. It's a wrap. All of that strong, independent talk, and you could pay your own bills, and you don't need food stamps, and blah, blah, blah. Men don't give a damn about that. As soon as we hit strong and independent, that means you're probably not gonna be a good wife, a good mother, not even a good girlfriend at that point. You're gonna send men walking in the opposite direction. It's in the best interest of you ladies to learn men, get to know men, understand what we want. You think we're looking for what you guys are looking for in a mate. We're not. We're looking for 2 different things. And that's where the confusion lies. So it looks like Pearl from Just Pearly Things and Brittany Renner agreed to start a podcast, and things went left pretty quickly. Let's check it out.
So now we're moving right along to a segment called Panel Pull Out. Pull out. I see what we did there. So each host will pull something from the internet or socials that they would like to address with that specific host. Sounds a little messy. We're going to start with Pearl.
Sounds so messy.
We're going to start with Pearl.
I'm first?
Yes. I mean, at first, yeah.
Okay, so I saw something that you retweeted, Brittany. And it was something about it was something about female intuition.
Okay.
And I just don't think female intuition exists. I think female intuition is terrible.
I think it's terrible in what way?
We make terrible choices as women. So people will always say, "Oh, my female intuition, I knew because of my female intuition." And yeah, I don't think it's really a thing.
Well, intuition, just simply put, is heightened awareness. And so it stems from when women were at home with children and had to be tuned into what was going on. So intuition doesn't just stop at children, it's across the board. So if you aren't tuned into your intuition, that's a you thing.
No. I just look at the choices we make, you know.
We or you?
We as women.
I mean, look at what kind of choices do you make?
What kind
of choices do you make?
Okay, what kind of choices do you make, Brittany?
But you're the one who's, we're talking, you're saying that females don't make good choices,
well, look at, we own the majority. I have no debt, right? But women in general.
That's because you're from a rich family, girl. Congratulations, girl. You're from a rich family, so what are you talking about? You have no debt, girl.
Women in general have a
Congratulations. Like, you don't get fish don't get applauded for swimming.
I'm lucky. That's why I said I'm lucky.
Okay, so for you, so why lead with that? So why lead with that?
You asked for an example, and I'm going to give it to you. Do you want me to start?
Girl, okay. Let me tell you what
let's talk about
what we're not gonna do, because you have a history of doing this, because I'm familiar with you. Okay. Girl, what you like to do is you like to say these really stupid fucking comments, right? And then so what you do, then you like sit back and then you're like, you think you're so smart, you have this fucking smug ass look on your face, and then you're waiting for someone to give you that like emotional, like passionate response. So then you can sit there and be super dismissive and really kind of just gaslight. And I don't know, as a female.
Gaslight?
Like, no. Yeah, do you know what that word means?
You guys use it for everything.
You guys.
Go ahead.
Okay, you know what's funny about using you guys is
Okay.
seriously, it kind of feels like the only thing that is actually feminine about you is that you have a vagina.
Okay.
Because I feel like, there's like a man on the panel.
Okay, and what's feminine about you, Brittany?
Everything is feminine about me.
Oh, come on. Like, I'm not trying to go personal here. So I don't know why you're trying to make this personal.
No, you made it personal when you led with, hey, I don't have any debt.
I don't know.
As if that's a flex because your parents have money.
You asked
What have you actually earned for yourself?
Brittany, you asked me. I'm saying in general, women own the majority of debt. We don't make great choices. If we look at who we pick, let's look at romantic decisions. Women don't make very good romantic decisions in general.
I think there's a point that needs to be made, though, and that's the fact that what I heard Brittany say earlier was she's talking about people who have there's a deep heightened intuition, and I think where the conversation is splitting is the fact that you're actually talking about people who don't have that, who have it turned off, who are disconnected
like her.
From their intuition, who don't make poor decisions. We make poor decisions. Like when we actually go down to the root of why it is that we make these poor decisions, there's layers and layers and layers and layers to it. And more of it is going to come from just like the science and backing that you kind of put into collective bundles that ultimately just come from who? The white man that you were raised by. So when it comes,
that's the reason that she doesn't have any debt.
I'm just saying, there's a certain level of understanding that's not there.
So that's not you making a decision. That's you being born into white privilege, and we need you to acknowledge that. So that's not a decision that you made. That is the way you came into this. And honestly, girl, you're a family of like 9 or 10. Like all that's how your dad set you up. So there are things that you genuinely did not have to experience. You don't know. You get to sit there again, smug as fuck. So you haven't even had to make any decisions. You're the same person. You are the same person that the last time I saw you accidentally. No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking.
Okay, Brittany, bro, she's absolutely insufferable. Can you imagine being a man and having to put up with this shit every single day? These type of chicks are very common, bro. Run as fast as you can.
Get to go. You're the same person who accidentally spent $50,000 and your dad was able to pay it off on your credit card. Yes, you did when you spent.
I didn't actually.
You're the one who said an accident. I spent over my limit. That's what you said. That's what you said. So again, that's what you said. That's what you said. The last time that I saw you. So again, we're going back to you. You're girl. What the? That's what I'm saying. What comes out of your mouth? You literally just say whatever.
Why are you getting so mad over?
Because honestly, you're
Brittany.
Don't Brittany. Go ahead.
Brittany, I do think there's one thing that we have to say.
If you're gonna yell at me, I'm not gonna do the show. Like you don't have to. You don't have to scream at me. That's so disrespectful. You know, I'm not here to get like that's like you don't have to be rude. I don't.
Pearl is absolutely correct on this one. Female intuition is absolutely trash. Women are making worse decisions now than any time in human history. Not only is female intuition trash, women lack emotional intelligence. All of this talk on tiki-taki about emotional intelligence, women have none. Because as soon as things go south, the emotional roller coaster ensues. See, chicks like Brittany Renner, they're one-hitter quitter in every aspect. In the bedroom, when you're doing business with them, get her in and get her gone. Get her in the studio for one session, get the shock value, get her out of there, bro. You don't do long-term business with someone like Brittany Renner. She's too dysfunctional. Shout out to this next sister for sharing a real honest moment with us. Here it is.
It's our fault. We play into the powers that be that keep fathers out of the household. And there's so much emphasis on the importance of Black fathers and fathers in the lens of their children's lives, specifically their sons. There's so much blame and emphasis on how Black men's absence in the home and fathers in general's absence in the home affects our young men, but there's not enough conversation about how it affects us women. I would argue that it possibly is more detrimental to us than it is to you all. Women are just out here running reckless. I have been one of them. I'm 100% accountable. And I wish that more women would be accountable and honest about how the lack of fatherhoods in our lives have messed us up. A lot of us are promiscuous, liars, deceptive, just negative things that we shouldn't be. The list could go on and on. We don't respect ourselves. We don't respect our bodies. We don't respect others. We don't know how to love others. We don't know how to treat others. And a lot of that stems from the fact that we are missing that most important piece. There's so much emphasis on mothers being important to sons, mamas, boys, whatever you want to call it. There's not enough emphasis on daddy's girls and how girls walking around fatherless, walking around thinking that we have no value, no direction. A lot of us are bad with money. We don't know how to handle our tempers. We don't know how to keep our hands to ourselves. We don't know how to listen because we lacked that authoritative male role model in our household, a lot of times by our mothers doing. I will argue more times than not by our mothers doing. It is up to us as women to vet the men properly that we are having children with, but at a larger scale, we all need to own the fact that most of us are not virgins, and we are wrong for that. We are wrong for not saving ourselves until marriage the way that God intended. So now the world is a mess, and women are sitting around complaining about men all day, every day, focusing on what men aren't and what they're not doing, instead of focusing on what is wrong with us as a female species.
Ladies, we need more of this. We need more of this. Accountability is how we allow the healing to begin. Women are dealing with so much trauma, whether it's generational, self-inflicted, or relationship trauma. And you couple that with all of the misinformation that is fed to women from basically from birth all the way to adulthood. It'll not only have these women in a delusional state, but a subhuman state. As harsh as that sounds. But accountability is how we bring it all back. You see, men are held accountable every single day. If a man is a failure, society will reward him in the form of a very shitty life. But somehow women have all of these safety nets that enable failure, bad behavior, and this in itself can cause mass delusion amongst women. Single mother of a 5-year-old will not date a man making 70K. Let's get it.
Hello?
Hey, Kendra.
You ready? Hey, baby, you ready?
I'm as ready as I'm going to be.
All right, give me some lights.
Okay. I did not expect you to. Oh, okay, well, here we go.
You ready?
Yeah.
What's your name, boo?
My name is Nikki.
Nikki, where you calling me from? Where you live, love?
Georgia.
Georgia. How old are you?
I am 30.
30. What you do for a living?
I am a licensed custom broker.
Licensed custom broker?
Yes.
You have any kids?
I do have a son. He's 5.
5-year-old son. Why you not with the dad?
It just didn't work out afterwards. So we just decided to co-parent.
Okay, co-parent. A licensed what's your job again?
Licensed custom broker.
Licensed custom broker. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Have you ever been married?
No.
All right, let's get it. We got Nikki, Georgia, 30, Aquarius, a licensed custom broker. Mom to a 5-year-old, never married. What kind of man you looking for?
Someone who is financially illiterate, someone who knows what they want out of life, someone who's at a good point in their career, and who is ready for something serious.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Too many kids, more than two is too many for me. Not financially established, still trying to figure out what they really want, and a man who has no direction in life. So yeah.
Okay. Could he have kids already?
Yes, no more than two.
No more than two. Do you want more kids?
I do.
Should he look a certain way?
At least be active in the gym, working towards some type of body goals. I prefer my men taller than me. Very good hygiene and a pretty smile with straight teeth.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Yes, you at least need to match my paychecks. So I don't want to quite give a number because I make good money. So I think that's
well. What's the minimum? I mean, you put
okay.
your paychecks out there, but I wasn't gonna ask you how much you made, but just would you date a man that made 70K?
No.
Okay, so 70K and under is not an option. Would you date a man that made 80K?
It depends on if he has room for growth within his career. So if you can pivot your income within like a year or two, yes.
So you can make 80K, but that's only for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was at 80K and that was his final growth, he's not an option.
No, he's not an option for me.
Nigga said no. 80K is a maybe with growth potential. If 80K is your personal ceiling, well then no. So 100K, is that fair enough?
Yes.
Okay. So okay, we got it. 70K ain't an option. 80K, an option only with a 2-year potential to hit 100K. 100K and plus, you're good. Okay. Your child's father, I'm assuming, made 100K or more.
He actually makes way more than that. So.
Ooh. And y'all just couldn't work things out?
He's a doctor. No, it's just too many differences, so to say, and that's just something that we realized when it was a little too late. So it's what it is.
Fair enough. Let's do the Kendra Cam. We got full body.
Okay. Bring this.
Okay. We see you thick with it. They tell me to ask you about the gym because you.
That's not thick, man. You're overweight. When you were sitting down, we could tell by in front of your neck that you were obese. But you want a man that's consistently in the gym and in shape. The hypocrisy is astounding. You want that which you are not, clearly. Let's get back into it.
Brought up the gym for the guy.
Yes, I do work out. I try to go Monday through Friday. Sometimes that's not possible, but I definitely go.
Okay, she says she definitely goes. Bring the camera up a little bit. When was your last relationship, sweetheart?
My last serious relationship was with my son's father.
Okay. When did y'all break up?
After my son was born, so I would say in 2019.
2019. Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Beginning of this year.
Okay, beginning. Wasn't your son's father, was it?
No.
Okay, no. All right. So that's over with. Y'all don't get down like that no more. Okay. Beginning of this year. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I would say, being more vulnerable in a relationship, and not being so nitpicky. The last one, I would give it to being a little bit more consistent with a day-to-day routine.
Okay. So tell me to ask you, were you in a committed relationship with your child's father?
Yes. We were engaged. It just
you were engaged. So what made you call off the engagement? I know you said differences, but what was like the final straw?
Yeah, it was a lot of differences, and I believe that the final straw was just him not being committed to me.
Got you. Okay. Okay. Now, last question. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I know what I want. I'm at a very good, stable point in my career, and I'm looking for something serious. A God-fearing man. If that is something that a man is looking for, then I will be perfect.
Okay. So I guess for clarity, you and your child's father didn't work out because he was cheating. Was he dealing with other women?
Yes.
So you want 100K because that's the desire.
Mm-hmm.
So you want a man that makes 100K, but that's also willing to be a faithful man as well too.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What is the age range you would date?
To a date, I would say from 30 to 35.
30 to 35. Should he be in Georgia?
Preferably, yes.
Okay. So we got Nikki, Georgia, 30, Aquarius, licensed custom broker, mom to a 5-year-old, never married, but was once engaged to her 5-year-old son. Set 80, you can make 80K, but with room for growth. Prefers you start at 100K.
Okay. My IG at is gorgeous_INO.
Gorgeous_INO on Instagram. Gorgeous_INO on IG. Okay, Nikki Boo. You keep me posted how it goes.
Okay, I will. Thank you so much.
You won't date a man that makes 70K. We know it's not a lot of money in this economy. 70K is still an above average income. But as we take a further look, you're 30 years old now, you have a 5-year-old, which means you were 24 years old upon inception. When you got pregnant by the doctor who proposed to you, you did everything right. You locked your man down when you were young, but you fumbled it. Now you're coming back into the dating market, possibly 50 pounds heavier, face rounder, and you think you're going to get the same type of man that you got 6 years ago. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for you, man. When asked why a man would be lucky to have you, it shouldn't go back to you knowing what you want. And also, a man doesn't care about your career, especially if he's looking to create a family. Your job, your career, your business is a liability to this type of man. Let's look at the big picture. You want a man making $100,000 between 30 and 35 years old. The reality is, a young man making this type of money, the world is his. I would not encourage him to get involved with a single mother. If I were you, ma'am, I would lower my standards just a little bit, because a lot of times your pickiness will cause you to go decades of being single and causing you to be ran through. You look up and you're in your 40s and 50s trying to figure out what happened. Your delusion and your inability to choose a good mate is what happened. 29-year-old single mom of 2 is looking for love while still living with her children's father. This one is about to be wild. Check it out.
Okay. Yeah. So we got Taylor, Texas, 29, front desk, got a hotel. What's your zodiac sign?
Aries.
Aries. Mine are 2 kids by the same man. 1 and 3. What kind of man are you looking for?
I'm looking for a man that's honest, a loving man, a man that's able to express himself,